Hello everyone, Namaste, Pranam. So today I want to talk about something which I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I wanted to speak a little bit on this topic. And the topic is that why are spiritual but not religious, liberal people not able to make any progress with their sadhana or with their spiritual pursuits? So there's a very big group of people in India as well as in the West, especially in the West, which is spiritual but not religious, meaning they want to do meditation, they want to do yoga, they want to do all those spiritual things, they want to hear all the feel good teachings, but they have a problem with religion in general, and because of that a problem with Hinduism. So there's a very big group out there, a very big group of youngsters, especially the youth, and of course in the West it's not limited to just youth. In India it is youth because this disease has come to India from the West only recently in the last few decades. So there's a very big group out there which is sort of inherently allergic to religion, and they carry on this bias to Hinduism. So even though they have some spiritual seeking, some desire, something to grow spiritually, they're just not able to make any progress with it. And in this video, I want to answer why that is. So I wanted to first explain who this video is for, and then I'll explain. So just a heads up that in this video, I will most probably be speaking in both Hindi and English mixed. So if you have a problem with that, please don't watch the video, because that's how I'll speak. Or for that matter, since I've been reading a whole lot of comments on my YouTube, on my Twitter, on my Facebook, everywhere, if you have a problem with my face, with my hair, with my clothes, with my look, whatever you may have a problem with, if you have a problem with something very fundamental to me and my videos, please don't watch the video. Because my videos are for people who want to listen to what I'm saying rather than who want to comment on me as a person. So coming back to today's video. So see, there's a very big gap between the spiritual group and what they're actually looking for. So what they're looking for are solutions, life solutions which really work, which give them long-term answers. So if you have a headache, or if you have a knee pain, or if you have a chronic any other chronic health condition, or why just health condition, if you have a chronic problem in relationships, in wealth, in how you relate with people, in how you relate with society, if you have any problem which is persisting, when you look for a solution, you're obviously looking for a solution which will make it go away. That's common sense, right? And through one problem or the other, people come to the root of spirituality, and many people just remain in that spiritual group. They just never try to move towards going further and finding out in the discovery process of where is this knowledge coming from, right? So the bigger problem with this group is that all the spiritual ideas, techniques, methods, sciences, everything that comes from Hinduism is rooted on certain principles, on certain values, on certain truths, cosmic truths. And these cosmic truths, these cosmic principles are integral to Sanatan Hindu Dharma or Hinduism, right? Now, if you remove the so-called religious aspect of it, then what you're actually learning is not the original science at all, whether it is Ayurveda, or it is yoga, or it is meditation, or it is puja, or whatever it may be. Actually, they don't even go to things like puja, because according to them that is ritual. So whether it is that so-called, I don't want to use the word psychology, but that is what people dumb it down to. So the truths of Hinduism cannot be called as psychology, right? But even if it is just teachings, what you're actually learning is something which does not have any foundation, right? So the difference between truth and opinion is that opinions come from individuals, whereas the truth is the truth is the truth is the truth, Truth does not change from one person to another, from one geography to another, from one planet to another, from one galaxy to another. Truth is the truth is the truth. These are cosmic principles based on which the whole world is running. It's a cosmic intelligence based on which the entire world is running, and you are a part of it. Right? Now, these cosmic principles are described only in Hinduism. Now, what happens when you study spirituality without the basis, without the foundation of the core things which are expressed in all our Hindu scriptures, in all our Vedic texts? You only end up studying somebody's opinions or somebody's individual experiences. You are not really reaching to the basis, to the foundation, which is the truth. And anything which is not based on the truth will never give you long-term solutions. Doesn't that sound like common sense? I mean, that to me that is common sense, because only truth is eternal, everything else is temporary, right? So when you practice any technique, any method, anything which is not based on the truth, how will it work for you? How will it give you long-term solutions? So this is the number one reason. There are more reasons, I'm coming to that, but this is one of the top reasons why the people who belong to the category of spiritual but not religious, or the people who identify themselves as liberal, who have some spiritual interests but who just have a problem with Hinduism, they never make progress, they never grow, they will keep sending, I get these requests and these DMs from a whole lot of people who are like, I'm not able to reach this, I'm not able to, how do I make my meditation more profound, how do I improve my yoga practice, how do I do that? It's because you are not learning it from the right source. You're not learning the right thing in the first place. So I have to first tell you how to undo whatever you've learned till now, how to remove your problems with Hinduism, and then only I can give you actual solution, right? So that's why I'm answering all of these questions in this one video. The second thing is a more profound, it's a more important and really sensitive issue. Now, these people who have developed an inherent hatred or allergy or problem with Hinduism, Hindu rituals, Hindu leaders, Hindu ideas, Hindu ideals, Hindu methods of worship, and there's a very big group out there which I'm talking to. If if you are one of them, you will know what I'm talking about. There are people out there who feel like, yeah, meditation is very nice, but if you tell them to do puja, they'll be like, oh no. Or even forget about puja, if you tell them, if you just cite them verses from Vedas or Agamas or Upanishads, they will suddenly feel a little bit rattled. Like, I don't understand, but they don't really want to go further, deeper into Hindu texts with that sincerity that it is telling you the truth. Now, this group, which has a problem with religion, but they are okay with meditation, and they're okay with silent retreats, and they're okay with piecing out with love, care, freedom, everything. This group, the worst thing this group does is they disrespect people who are the teachers of Sanatana Dharma. So anytime you disrespect, you abuse, you ridicule any of the representations of divinity in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you are actually earning a huge karma. So if you disrespect, if you abuse any of our deities, any of our gods as they call it, if you disrespect any of our sadhus and sannyasis, if you disrespect any of our gurus, enlightened masters, if you disrespect any of the sacred living traditions which have been upheld for centuries, millennia, some of them, if you disrespect any of the pillars of divinity of Hinduism, you are earning karma. Because what are you doing? Disrespecting divinity is an act against yourself. It is an act against the whole cosmos. So if you disrespect Sri Ram, if you disrespect Mahadeva, if you disrespect Krishna, don't think you're only disrespecting Bhagwan Sri Ram. You're disrespecting the whole, right? And that is a huge karma. By very common sense, it should be clear that is a karma. And just by virtue of the fact that you abused, you disrespected, you ridiculed one of the pillars of divinity, you automatically yourself block access to anything which can help you reach divinity. Which is the even more important reason why people who are liberal but spiritual and who have a problem with Hinduism, they never make any sincere progress with the practice, with anything. And I think they keep yearning for janmas before they actually exhaust their karma, or they get tired, the system gets tired of that karma, and then they finally find some teacher, some acharya who can teach them the original truths. So if you are in this gang, try to understand what I'm saying instead of ridiculing, and try to understand that your hatred for Hinduism is unfounded. Maybe you learned something from somebody who does not really understand, who was not able to explain, who did not have all the answers you wanted. But that cannot be a reason for you to develop hatred for the whole of Hinduism. Now, I've seen many times people, especially of my age group, or give and take 10 years, people roughly of this age group, they develop hatred for Hinduism just because they see their parents or some family members or some celebrity doing something and who's talking a lot about Hinduism, or who's telling them to do something like go to the temple or do puja or do japa or whatever, and just because they get annoyed by that one person, they develop a hatred for whole of Hinduism. They never even try to find out that maybe there is a science behind what that person is saying. It's just that that person does not know that science. There are scores of such people. In fact, every second or, out of 10 people I meet, 9 are like that. That is why I'm making this video. Because I don't want to be talking in an echo chamber to only those people who are already connected, who are already, woke, or who are already aware of what Hinduism is, or what it is not. My messages are for everybody who is even mildly curious about Hinduism, about spiritual solutions based on Hinduism. So in this video, I really wanted to give a caveat to all these so-called people. And yeah, by the way, many of these people, the spiritual but not religious, these atheists, all these people are people who are in the right wing. These are people who claim to be Hindus, who go around with the tag of Hindus, who go around with the tag of Hindutva, and these are the people who themselves do not even understand why spiritual solutions do not work for you. You meditating 15 minutes and feeling okay for 5 minutes is not meditation. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but let me speak the truth. That much peace even a painkiller will give you. What it really means to grow in spirituality is that you are really able to see how much breakthroughs you're having in your life based on your spiritual pursuit. If you're not having that, you are not working in the right direction. So you have to understand what I'm talking about. If you're going on doing yoga and you're just improving your muscles and you're just improving a little bit of pain in years of practice, that is not the ultimate thing you can achieve out of yoga. So I don't want to get more into that details, but there is a very huge group out there which goes on making statements about Hinduism, which goes on, pouring their half-baked ideas of Hinduism on the whole world, but who themselves do not have the proper clarity that what they are doing will never be successful, even for themselves. Forget about the rest of the people. It's like, the blind leading the blind. So what will happen? Everybody will go fall in a ditch. You're going to fall in a ditch, you're going to take thousands others with you. All your followers will fall in the ditch with you. You're misguiding people. So stop misguiding people. Get a brain for yourself. And start understanding that there is something you don't know perhaps. All knowledge starts with accepting that you don't know something. Only when you realize there is something I have not yet discovered, only then can you even discover it. The problem with the spiritual but not religious crowd is whether they are Hindutva or they are not Hindutva. There are two groups. There is one group which hates Hindutva, which hates right wing, which is completely left just because they hate some people in the right wing. Then there are some people, then there is a second group, which is the right wing, which goes on झंडा फहराते रहेंगे हिंदुत्व का, but उनको धेला नहीं आता है हिंदुइज्म के बारे में. They will not be able to answer my third question if I ask them 3 questions. There are 2 groups like that, the spiritual but not religious. And there are many so-called gurus, I don't call them as gurus, but they call themselves as gurus, who go around teaching this crap to the whole world without any basis of Hinduism and the Hindu scriptures and the Hindu traditions. So my message is for all of these people. There's a very huge group out there. So please take my words very seriously and come back to the original source, come back to the traditions, come back to looking for the source. If you find some techniques, there are many times when I find a technique or when I know that this technique works, it works for me. But I really spend a lot of time trying to identify where it is mentioned in the Agama, where it is mentioned in the Upanishad, where it is mentioned in some yoga text. Just because I want to make sure that I am giving the precise method which is given originally without any mixing of my opinions. My opinions can be as a comment, but original is original, right? Original और photocopy में कुछ तो अंतर होता है, right? So I always make that effort. So even if you find some method or some technique or something shared by somebody, at least make a sincere effort to search for it. Where is it given? So I have been sharing, if you follow me on Twitter, you will know I do share my own insights, my own knowledge now and then. And I will also keep sharing. It's a time-taking process because, as you know, I just explained, I try to find the original verses in the scriptures and then I translate them and then I share them. So at least make a sincere effort to start looking for the source, for the sources in Hindu scriptures. So whether it is a teaching or whether it is a technique or whether it is some other practice, try to at least find where it is given in Hindu texts. So thank you for watching, and on this particular topic, if you have any questions, please ask me in the comments. I will be happy to answer. Thank you.